Hello and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W Energy Drinks, Drinks for Gamers, and Eldridge Air Conditioning. And we are back with what is the final round of our GR Supra Sunday Championship. And this is round 10 here in Italy at Sardegna, the island of Sardegna. And yeah, great circuit this one. This is the road track A layout, 3.1 mile anti-clockwise. So one of our very few anti-clockwise circuits that we have on our calendar here at the Ultimate Racing League. And we've got the two sprint races here. First race, 15 laps around here. And well, this is the final round, and no more sprints, no more endurances for a little while until the new season begins. So this is the grand finale with Bailey, our championship leader, ready to secure another victory and another championship, I think, unless something really drastic happens here tonight. So let's get on with this first race. As I say, 15 laps around here. This is the grid as they are formed, coming out of the final corner, formed up and ready to go. So it is Neil Farmack in pole position, Brisbane in second, Fitzy third, Bailey in fourth, Osmond fifth, Dyson in sixth, Smith in seventh, myself, Paul in eighth, Unforgiven in ninth, and Love Rocket Rods in 10. So just 10 cars for this round. Here we go. Softs all the way. We've got no issues with tyre wear and fuel in this first race. So all the way, no stops. They head up to turn one now. It's tricky first corner. Ooh, Brisbane having an early look at Neil, didn't get that done. Stream through there, very difficult on the brakes, so you've got to be very careful. Neil then still holding firm with Brisbane right behind him, then Fitzy, his teammate, in third, Bailey in fourth. Around this left-right sequence, out the other side. And now Brisbane having a look at Neil. Got the running him out that right-hander, but he's going to be on the inside going around this left-hander, and he's going to just get close to the wall. Good driving between both of Neil and Brisbane, but Neil still holding there, just ahead of him in first place. So Brisbane temporarily got that lead, but Neil got it back and right on hard on the brakes here for this next tight left-hander. A couple of these here on this circuit around the A road track, so very difficult to get your braking marker, especially when you're all lined up like this and close to the cars in front of you and behind you. You've got to be very careful. That is another tricky corner, that left-hander going to take some people taking a lot of grass there, but Brisbane did get it done then and has taken that lead over Neil. He's back to second now with Fitzy still third, Bailey fourth, Dyson fifth, Osmond sixth, Smith seventh, Paul eighth. Out the final corner, flat through here, all the way down, right up to the top to turn one, flat to the floor. Three Supras into the braking zone for lap two. Now it's all going to get close. Now anybody with an issue here? No, all still good. There's the Yorkshire T team, still in eighth and ninth. In fact, Unforgiven's taken Paul to take eighth place off him. Bit of a slipstream there for Unforgiven. Got that done at turn one. So up to eighth place he goes. Two teammates still there with Love Rocket Rods, still in 10th place. Still close as well through here. This left-hander, it seems a simple corner, but actually in these cars a little bit of understeer in the car, so be a little bit careful, otherwise you could slide your way out to the outside barrier. Don't want that, man. So Paul now having a look at his teammate. He's close on the brakes. It's okay there, all good. So our leader still is Brisbane. Getting away a little bit now from Neil, so spreading out a little bit here at the top, but Fitzy still there, Bailey fourth. Dyson now putting a bit of pressure up on Bailey. Oh, and Bailey gets it on the grass. That's going to allow Dyson to run on him into this tight hairpin. Left-hander, Dyson, it's that bit wrong. That's allowed Osman to get through as well. So Osman through to 5th, past Dyson. So that's got his lost his braking a little bit there. So they all stream up the start and finish. And look at this for Fitzy. Bailey is Fitzy on the inside, coming up to turn 1 with behind them Dyson and Smith battling it out as well. Good battles here all over the field at the moment. Oh, was there a little bit of contact from Fitzy? No, that's good driving. Oh, and what's happened here at the back? And there's the 2 teammates have come together. Disaster. Let's have a look what's happened here. Pulled with Paul behind, Unforgiven, and I think there was a little tag of, I think just got a little bit of aero, a little bit of slipstream effect there from Paul. He's clipped his teammate, obviously waiting for him, and that's going to put him right at the back, 9th and 10th place. So wasn't much of a touch, but enough to take Unforgiven off track, and disaster for Team Yorkshire Tea. There'll be a little bit of afters in the post meeting after the race, but that's for another time. Brisbane now then been at a lovely lead now. O'Neill in 2nd, Bailey 3rd, Fitzy in 4th, Osman 5th, Smith 6th, so still close here. Dyson 7th, so actually been done by Smith as well. So Dyson going backwards a little bit here. So maybe quite feeling it at the moment, Dyson. Love Rocket up to 8th after Unforgiven and Paul had that coming together. There he is. There he is. Unforgiven and Paul still at the back, trying to get themselves back onto the train of cars ahead of them. As you can see by the map in the top corner, there is a train of cars, and leading it is Brisbane from Neil Farmack going into turn 1 for the 4th time out of the 15 laps. Bailey is now taking Fitzy and taking him along the start and finish to get that 3rd place. So our championship leader now making moves to 3rd place. Obviously doesn't have to do anything too drastic. Motorstorm Hero is not here anyway, his closest rival, so he's missing. So really his closest rival on track now is our leader Brisbane. I don't think, in all honesty, I think Bailey, all he needs to do is finish. If he gets any points, it'll be enough to secure the championship. So he needs to have 2 mechanical DNFs for Brisbane to clinch the championship instead. At the moment, Bailey's just taking it nice and easy. He hasn't got involved in anything silly. To say, just needs to finish the race. Fitzy 4th, Osman in 5th, Smith a little moment in 6th, Dyson still behind him in 7th. Some little stab of brakes here. I think that little moment from Smith just slowed him down ahead of Dyson. Dyson just had to check up a little bit. Really, there's a lot of grass cutting there. That's normal through there. Fitzy, as he can have a go at Osman, no, he doesn't. So all as they were, coming through the left-hander towards the final corner now. Rocket Rod's still there in 8th place behind them. But it's Fitzy, Osman battle, and Smith and Dyson are going on. Let's go back to that Smith and Dyson one, because it could be Dyson lining up a move here at turn 1. Fitzy, I don't think he's going to get that done on Bailey, and Dyson just had a little look, but I don't think he's going to. No, he's going to stay there in 7th. So Dyson, Smith, as they were. Great track, this one. Features some great racing around here, very close all the way through. This race is going to go right to the end. It's not going to have too much spreading out here. It's just due to the nature of how it is. Brisbane. Our leader then. Still 2nd, Bailey 3rd, Osman 4th. Fitzy 5th, Smith in 6th, Dyson 7th, Love Rocket in 8th. Still Unforgiven and Paul, 9th and 10th. So it's probably about as far as you're going to get in terms of spreading out. Here at the back, Paul will be kicking himself for that tag on his teammate. It's effectively put them both out of the race for this first race. So I am one of the late breakers, in fairness. Didn't quite get that right. I had it fully locked on as well. Just couldn't get it stopped and just tanked the back of Unforgiven. Tried to avoid him, but just caught his rear. It's Bailey going through. Osman 4th, so Team 7 up, 3rd and 4th at the moment with Fitzy. In fact, Osman has got past Fitzy to take 4th place. Fitzy dropping back down to 5th. Smith still under pressure in 6th, but under pressure from Dyson behind him in 7th. So no change here. Dyson having a look, but he's going to be on the outside if he's going to have a look there, unless he has a switch back, but Smith will just keep it there on the inside. Now up the hill. Steeper than what you think this part of the track. Camera doesn't really tell that story, does it? That's very steep up there, the rise, the incline. Then you start to drop back down now to the end of the lap. Still 6th and 7th for those two. And we know 8th and 9th for Forgiven it. In fact, Love Rocket Rods, what's happened to him? He's gone back to 10th. So what did happen to Love Rocket Rods? He's had an off, hasn't he? That's some time ago. So I'm sure it happened there, but Rocket Rods has obviously had an off at one of the, probably at the hairpin. That's allowed both Paul and Unforgiven to get through. So Love Rocket back to 10th place. Brisbane was holding the fastest lap up to last time around, but Bailey has beaten it with a 1:41.9. So we watch Brisbane coming out the final corner. Does he now trump that? Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. So Bailey with the fastest lap, 1:41.9. What are we, 7 laps in and the 15th, so about halfway through. It's just starting to spread out a little bit. Dyson has got past Smith now, so Dyson up to 6th place. He was all over the back of Smith for a good couple of laps here, wasn't he? Finally got it done. Smith just too short, whether that was a moment somewhere or whether it was just a clean pass on the straight, maybe. Guys everywhere here to catch these passes, but well, clearly he got past to put himself into 6th place. Smith in 7th, Unforgiven 8th, Paul 9th, Love Rocket in 10th. Oh, now Dyson's really had a big moment there. What happened there? Looked like the back end just came round. Let's have a look. So it's ahead of Smith here in 6th, coming up to the hairpin left-handers. Does he catch the grass maybe? No, it's all fine there. Does he tag the wall there? No, he just decides to come round on him. He tried to catch it and didn't quite. Did well actually to keep it going, but it does allow Smith to go through and grab that 6th place again and puts Dyson back to 7th. So he's got to do it all again, Dyson. Team Yorkshire Tea still together on track. But put him a little bit closer to Dyson after his little moment there. So can they actually catch him? I don't know. Paul at this stage is just trying to go with his teammate Unforgiven to see if he can bring them back into play. Brisbane, meanwhile, not really been under any pressure has he since taking that lead nil from pole position. Remained in second, but can't get anywhere close to Brisbane at the moment. Bailey in third place. Osman fourth. Osman looks like he's pushing along with Fitzy in fifth. These guys looking like they piece of the podium. Far off it, Bailey's just there ahead of Osman. Now, obviously, if Osman does get to the back of Bailey and into an opportunity to pass, will he pass, knowing that Bailey is going to be potentially winning this championship? I don't suppose it really matters. He doesn't need to get maximum points, Bailey just needs to get points, something. So really, if he does, Osman, if he does catch Bailey and he does drop back out of the top three, it wouldn't be a complete disaster for Bailey. He's still pretty much got it wrapped up all the time the car's going. So we'll see if that does become something. Osman on a bit of a charge then in fourth place. Fitzy going with him in fifth. As I say, tyre wear not going to be an issue in both the races. The second one, obviously, we've got that stop that has to be done, which will mean changing anyway. But the last time that these cars are going to be run here, Supras, in a great championship, the Super Championship took a little bit of while, I think, to kind of get going, didn't it? But come sort of mid-season, it started to really hot up, and some great battles throughout. Obviously, we've had our dominant drivers up the top, but everyone's really had a great race. And actually, I think it probably surprised quite a few people in the end, this championship, with these Supras. A bit of an unknown before we started. Took a bit of time for some of the drivers to get used to the car. But actually, it's pretty good. Can have its moments, but once you kind of get used to it, it does become a bit easier. So 9 laps into the 15 here at Sardegna. Brisbane, our leader, still leading, and has got that fastest lap back by 2 thousandths of a second. Actually, there was a 1:41.908 from Bailey. He's now done Brisbane. That is a 1:41.906. So 2 thousandths of a second difference between the previous fastest lap and the current fastest lap. So that's just how close these guys are. So Brisbane then holds the lead, holds the fastest lap here. Race 1. Neil, I think he's doing as much as he possibly can, but probably going to be settling for second place. Although it does look like Bailey and certainly Osman are, the green machines are catching up with Neil. So it'll be interesting to see with what 5.5 laps to go, if these two drivers are going to get to the back of second place Neil. Fitzy now still in fifth. quite go with Osman, can he? Osman is definitely pushing, he's definitely gaining on his teammate Bailey. Fitzy trying his best to keep with him. Bit of a gap back then to Smith. 6th, Dyson there in 7th. Dyson slowly catching back up to the back of Smith after his off. So he might grab that 6th off Smith in these final few laps if he doesn't make any mistakes. He would switch. And the other 2 green machines. Team Yorkshire Tea still 8th and 9th, no change back here. A bit wide there from Paul. For the S's. Love Rocket Rods. He's struggling a little bit now at the back. I think all eyes are going to be on these green machines between Osman and Bailey because, well, as I say that, it did look like Osman was catching Bailey and all of a sudden he's 8/10 down in this lap. So has he had a small moment somewhere because he seems to have just fallen back a bit off the back of Bailey, and if anything they've caught up to the back of Neil. So Neil is coming back into play for Bailey. Osman just falling behind a little bit. All things pretty settled out there now. It took them for 3/4 of the race to settle things down. Absolutely hectic at the start, wasn't it? Through the S's again out the other side for these boys. Smith still in 6th and Dyson 7th. These guys will be looking forward to their hollybobs. So they're done with the racing for a few weeks. It won't be long and we'll be back up and running again. Now Unforgiven is now fallen back a little bit. Paul seems to have caught up with him a bit now. Maybe Unforgiven had something going on. So 8th place could still be on for Paul. That's a tighter line for Paul in there. That's the late braking again. Does make up a bit of time on Unforgiven. Like that little bit of a hill through that lovely left-hander. Hard on the brakes for the second hairpin left-hander towards the final corner. Now, can Paul get into the slipstream of his teammate? Take 8th place here at turn 1. Looks like he's got a bit of a run on him, but it looks a bit too far back at this point. What you don't want to do, obviously, is a repeat of what happened at the start of the race and hit the back of his teammate. Don't think he's going to be doing that again. It's better from Paul. So certainly now pull up at the back of him. So this is probably the closest battle on track at the moment between the teammates. Given just rubbing that barrier very close. Paul might get a run on him here now, up the hill towards the first of the hairpins. Have a look here, but no, not going to have a go there. He just tagged the inside ball there, Paul. Didn't really affect him too badly. So Paul then eyeing up 8th place from his teammate. I Love Rocket still there in 10th, but Brisbane has just put in another fastest lap at 1:41.8. So we're into the 1:41.8s now for Brisbane. I'm not sure anyone's going to beat that. And we're on the penultimate lap as well. Hill still second, still just behind is Bailey in third, with Osman, who's caught up again in fourth. So second, third and fourth closed in this penultimate lap. So are we in for a dramatic final couple of laps here for those podium places? Fitzy just off the back of them, but I feel that he's just a little bit too far off to have a say in this. Unless of course something happens ahead of him, then he'll come together, but it's not far off. And actually, with a lap to go, if these do start slowing each other up, then Fitzy might well be back into play. Interesting to see what the two teammates are going to do. It's Neil going through, Bailey, Osman, Fitzy. Fitzy up on his time as well, so well, maybe this is not over for Fitzy. Maybe he does feel he's got a little bit more to give here as we come to the end of this penultimate lap, and about to start very shortly the final lap of this race 1. So it's all to play for here. Our leader going over now to start the final lap, so it looks like it's going to be Brisbane's to lose here in race 1. Got a big gap back then to Neil in second, Bailey third, Osman fourth, Fitzy fifth, Smith still there in sixth, but under pressure from Dyson. Look at this, Dyson's going to have a go up here at turn 1. Smith's going to cover the inside to the left, but has to give it to Dyson. Dyson just had a little bit more up there on the brakes, so Dyson does take that move, makes that move up to 6th. He goes. Smith back to 7th. Forgiven, still ahead of Paul, 8th and 9th. Paul just fell back a little bit, so I think I touched the wall somewhere actually late on, and that was kind of that. Love Rocket in 10th, so the battle really is between the 2nd, 3rd and 4th places. They're the closest on. I think Fitzy have now given up in terms of getting any closer. I think he's just run out of breath a little bit there, but I think we are going to be. Ooh, now Osman, that was a bit slidey, wasn't it? No, looked like his back end was coming round there for a second, but he looks okay. But we'll go back to our leader though as he comes round the left-hander onto the final curve to take victory here in race 1. So Brisbane it is who takes the win. Congratulations, Neil. Will actually did all right at the end. Wasn't under any wheel pressure in the end, was he? But gets 2nd place for Neil. Well done to him. Bailey will grab 3rd, ahead of his teammate Osman in 4th. Fitzy in 5th place. Dyson did grab that 6th, ahead of Smith in 7th. Then Unforgiven's going to come in 8th place, ahead of his teammate Paul in 9th. And Love Rocket in 10th place. So there's your race 1 here at Sardegna. Join me for race 2 very soon for the final time in this championship. It will be the final race, and well, as I say, hopefully you'll join me for that. Thanks for watching this one. See you again soon. Bye for now.